All right, you guys, we got 15-year-old hops on steroids and lies about it. All right, before we get started though, I gotta say something real quick. A lot of these kids that's hopping on steroids at this early age, like at the age of 15, is absolutely mind-boggling, bro. Like, it's kind of almost getting normalized on social media to take steroids and shit. And I got a question for y'all: testosterone boosters are considered steroids, right? Like you consider unnatural when you take those? Because I be seeing they be selling them. Went to CVS the other day and they was selling them bitches, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But we about to get straight into the video, bro.
July 2024, Joe Biden steps out of the US presidential race, leaving Kamala Harris as the presumptive candidate. Donald J. Trump survives an attempt on his life at one of his rallies. Greg Doucette uploads a natty or not on Hussein Farhad, deeming it impossible for him to be natural, but which one singular blood test convinced him of the impossible. And 13-year-old Eric English posts a picture on Instagram looking like this. And just a little over 1 year later, this is what he looks like.
You telling me 1 year? 1 year? This does this in 1 year?
The kid is on steroids. But let's be real
I might have to hop on the steroids. I ain't gonna lie.
here, okay? Anyone with two brain cells to rub together saw this coming from a mile away. The kid practically got anyone with two brain cells to rub together saw this coming.
Holy fuck. Bro, no, bro. That guy, bro, he's juicing. He got the best shit. In 1 year, this is the transformation, bro. He'd be like the fucking Hulk.
From a mile away. The kid practically got groomed by the industry into becoming a little SARM goblin. Between Larry Wheels asking Eric when he plans on hopping on steroids as if that's a normal question to ask a 14-year-old.
I did become enhanced at 17. Is that something that you're willing to do in the future?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, whatever it
Gotta
takes?
do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. That's the mindset I had.
Young LA just jumping
nah,
at the
bro.
opportunity to sponsor him and provide him with a direct network of other teenagers on steroids. And then this monstrosity right here, this bloated, watery, juiced up 19-year-old mess, most likely
This nigga's 19, bro. 19? This nigga's built like the fucking Hulk, bro.
directly influencing Eric to hop on gear. It becomes very clear that he stood absolutely no chance from the beginning. The kid got absolutely one-shotted by the shitness industry. But let's recap everything from the start. I actually remember Eric coming across my Instagram feed about 2 years ago as a 13-year-old kid getting into fitness. He blew up pretty much overnight because it's not often that you see a little kid hitting lat spreads and stomach vacuums, and credit where credit's due, okay? The kid looked amazing for a 13-year-old. Please don't clip that out of context. Okay, I promise I'm not in any Jeff Nipstein flight logs. But it's true, right? Look at his physique, right? Look at the biceps.
Yeah, for a 13-year-old, he looks jacked, bro. He's stronger than me. This is like very, I'm gonna move this over here. This is very impressive. Don't let nobody confuse, you know what I'm saying? Like some people be trying to downplay people's like gains and shit. Like, bro, thief. I'm not thief, but comparison is the thief of joy, is what my mom always told me. And this guy, he looks great for a 13-year-old. He looks very strong, bro. Very healthy is the most important part. Now, one thing I gotta say about these bodybuilders out here, bro, that shit kind of gay to me. I'm gonna keep it real. Like when you work out like this, and especially these guys who begin like bulked, they be bulking up. My nigga, do the hoes be on y'all niggas? Like a genuine question. All my bodybuilders out there, bro. Do the hoes be on y'all, bro? I'm starting to think y'all niggas do this shit for the niggas, bro. Because every time I see a nigga post a bodybuilding pic or some shit like that, it's niggas in the comments like, oh my God, look at the fucking shoulders on this guy. I mean, nice lats, my bro. Like shit, they're gay.
Look at the serratus, look at the vacuum pose. I mean, keep in mind, this kid is 13 years old. Okay, I would have killed to look like this at 13. I mean, come on. 1.7 million likes. And so, as expected, all the usual suspects would be flocking to sponsor this kid, the main one being Young LA. And it makes sense from a business perspective, right? Eric has a lot of eyes on him. Whether it's okay from an ethical standpoint, though, we'll get into later. But so he gets sponsored by Young LA fairly early on the 23rd of November 2023. This post by Rising Lifters reads, "This is crazy. 13-year-old Eric English has become the youngest ever Young LA athlete. Since documenting his incredible fitness journey, he has amassed over 800,000 followers on Instagram, attracting the biggest brands in the industry. Now, due to the sponsorship, he of course immediately starts collabing with big roided up names in the industry, like Eric Janicki, for example."
So I blame his big bros, to be real with you, because this is before, right? Him right here, this is literally before he hopped on the steroids, right? And he looks fine. He looks really strong. You know what I'm saying? Especially for a 13, 14-year-old. But once he started hanging out with the big guys, he started comparing myself. They probably like, yeah, bro, you should hop on this, bro. Your gains are going to be insane. You might lose you might get a bald spot, but your hair, but not your hair, but your gains are going to be crazy.
From HTLT supplements. He's now fully entered the fitness industrial complex and there's no way back for him. June 6, 2024, a video of him posing gets 271,000 likes. One day later, June 7th, 2024, he already starts making steroid jokes. August 15th, 2024, he goes to a Young LA event and gets to meet some incredible influences, like self-proclaimed steroid gambling and drug addict Togi. 10 days later, he posts a video of him posing alongside Noel Dizel, and you can tell that Eric is slowly but surely packing on size. Very, very impressive for a 14-year-old. September 18th, 2024, Eric appears to have started a pretty significant bulk and is looking a lot fluffier. He's now wanting to put on as much size as possible. October 12th, looking a lot
I'm sorry, I can't, bro. People on Instagram is fucking hilarious. What's the nigga name? Baymax? Big Hero 6? Like,
fluffier. He's now wanting to put on as much.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, especially on the bulk, the hoes not going, bro. I'm just keeping it real. The girls is not going on the bulk, my nigga. Most of these niggas be bulky as shit, too. They be power lifters and shit. I don't know, bro.
Size as possible.
Then also, you can't wear no drip. Prove me wrong. Show me a strong nigga who put that shit on. Show me a strong nigga that put that shit on, bro. Show me a strong nigga that could rock some jeans, bro. They gotta be baggy.
October 12th, 2024, Eric goes to the Olympia and gets to meet influencers like Larry Wheels, infamous fake natty Tristan Lee, and Nick the Mutant Walker. 2nd of January, 2025, his infamous collab with Larry Wheels. We'll circle back to this in a bit. So at this point, start of 2025, this is what Eric now looks like. Very impressive physique. He actually has a good amount of muscle on his frame. He also still appears to be natural here. His progress up until this point seems to be indicative of a young kid that has just recently started puberty and has a passion for working out. But only 6 months later, his comment section on Instagram would blow up with people spamming needle emojis and accusing him of being on steroids. And once you see his 8-month transformation, it all starts to make sense why.
6-month transformation. It's no way he think that he could tell somebody this and he think they think that he's natural, bro. This nigga is built like Mr. Incredible. The nigga is built like the Man of Steel. In under 6 months, bro. At least make this shit realistic, though. You know?
I mean, come on. It looks like the guy on the left ate the guy on the right. You know how people usually tell you to trust the process when it comes to working out? This kid has skipped the process entirely. This is an insane 6-month transformation. I mean, Eric practically had the entire fitness industry shocked. And understandably so, right? One moment he looks like a freshman. 6 months later, he looks like he's repeating senior year for the 5th time. I mean, he must have somehow been able to get his hands on Hussein Farhat's elusive broomstick and ladder workout routine. That's the only way I can make sense of this insane transformation. Genuinely, this is, shout out to this girl, by the way. Let me just make sure my ass cheeks are front and center while I take a picture with a 15-year-old. Who is this girl? What a surprise. An entire page full of Jim Selguner bait. If you actively consume this type of content, you're what's wrong with the fitness industry, okay? Just fully contributing towards the degeneration of this industry. Bro. Some of you need to be ashamed of yourselves, okay? Genuinely, do better. 1 million likes on this reel. The top comment has over 120,000 likes. I missed a couple of chapters. Look, let's click on a random post, right? This one is from April 2025. And this is what he looks like. And then let's just scroll up a couple of times. This is 4 months later. A completely different person. Look at the top comment. Every single time he posts, he grows twice in size, 20,000 likes. And of course, his strength just inexplicably skyrockets as well. Here he says that he could bench 315 pounds for multiple reps only a week after.
Bro, not even a question. My nigga, he's off the juice, bro. For real. And it's some people back in my neighborhood, like, it's some people who got that grown man body and they weren't even built like this nigga. Like, I'm talking about when I was 15, it was a couple 15-year-olds my age, some of my friends who was built like a man, a grown man. This guy is built like the Hawk. He's built like the Avenger, bro.
After benching for the first time, that's 140 kilograms, right? Totally normal. And then of course, only 2 months later, he's
Nigga
hitting
got 4 plates on that.
405 pounds on the bench press. That's
5?
180 kilograms. Yeah, I mean, come on. To put that into perspective, it can take natural lifters with decent genetics and dedicated bench programming up to a decade to hit 4 plates on the bench press. Some may even never be able to. And Eric does it at age 15 after only 2 months of benching, right?
Like, if this was a realistic, like, transformation, by the age, bro, by the time he's 20 years old, he's going to be the strongest man that ever lived. And it won't be close. He's benching 5 plates at 15 years old, bro.
That's it. As the industry's leading authority on natty or nots, I feel like I've seen more than enough to pass a verdict here. I've reviewed the evidence. I've consulted the comment section. I have stared at pictures of a shirtless 13-year-old for much longer than I'm comfortable admitting. I mean, seriously, I was doing research for this video and writing this script in a coffee shop. There were people sitting behind me. Do you know how weird I felt? It took me like 10 minutes to realize working on this video in public wasn't my brightest idea and packed my bags to go home. Anywho, I'm digressing. By the power vested in me by absolutely no one, I officially rule this kid a fake natty. Now, as I said at the start of the video, the writing was already on the walls years ago. Of course, any teenager that suddenly finds social media fame for their physique is going to be at an increased risk of hopping on PEDs due to industry pressure. We've seen this happen countless of times. But what sealed the deal for me, what made me confident that it was only going to be a matter of time before Eric would start sipping on the forbidden Capri Sun, was that Young LA sponsorship. And this speaks to a much bigger problem within the industry, especially regarding Young LA. You see, Young LA, more so I feel like than most of their competitors, seem to be really focused on capturing as much of that teenage lifter market share as possible. And there's inherently nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with catering towards this age group. Teenage lifters, especially online, make up a really big part of this industry. A lot of people, including myself, got into lifting as teenagers. No, the problem lies when you then cede all responsibility in favor of increasing numbers and virality as much as possible, which has led Young LA to repeatedly sponsor some of the most egregious teenage PED cases in the industry.
No way this nigga's a real person. Then why do all these bodybuilders beat 5'5" and under, bro? 19-year-olds 5'3"? I ain't gonna height shame, you know what I'm saying? My nigga, put your tongue in your mouth.
For example, do you guys remember this kid, Logan Dishman, that 17-year-old Young LA athlete who claimed he was natty while benching nearly 1,000 pounds, but then exposed himself when he got hospitalized for using a dirty steroid needle, and his heart stopped beating while in the ER, causing him to go on life support? Well, he's still sponsored by Young LA. They didn't issue a single statement, didn't disavow the abuse of PEDs amongst minors. Instead, they kept him on and continued inviting him to their events. They made it very clear that the only thing they care about is how many eyeballs these kids can bring to their brand, which is already bad enough on its own.
Sickening.
But then they take someone like Eric English, a young, impressionable 14-year-old, and they fly him out to those same events so he can intermingle with those older teenagers who are openly abusing performance-enhancing drugs, teenagers who Young LA are directly enabling. Do we really think these dudes are not going to rub off on a 14-year-old? And yet this guy, Logan Dishman, does not even appear to be the main influence in Eric's decision to hop on PEDs. No. That honor belongs to another teenager, also sponsored by Young LA, also seemingly introduced to Eric through a Young LA event, who also appears to be throwing everything but the kitchen sink at himself when it comes to PEDs.
Bro, you like you're fucking constipated. I never got like the bodybuilding shit. Now, if that's your passion, go for it. You know, I'm all for people having passion and striving for something that's healthy for them. But taking steroids obviously not healthy. But my nigga, you look like you got a shit. You know, you look like this nigga ain't shit in weeks. Like, nigga, you want that big of a pump so bad? Nigga, you're about to pop a fucking blood vessel off your fucking forehead.
Meet Gentile Lifts. Probably the most obnoxious fitness influencer you'll see in a very long time. He got his break on the internet by injecting himself with copious amounts of steroids and creating what can only be described as some kind of weird niche fetish content. No, I'm not joking, okay? How else are you gonna describe this?
This one, it fucks it up for all y'all bodybuilders out there. A nigga like him who got a fucking pork face. He got that, bro. The nigga got a fucking pig face on with his tongue out. Grown? No, he ain't grown. Hey, you was almost grown, buddy. I didn't see the 17-year-old part. I thought you were 18, you know? But on the verge of being a grown man. No way this guy's fucking 17, bro. This is sad, bro.
Oink, don't be a little pig. Let's go hit some heavy hammer curls.
It says 18-year-old grown man, by the way.
70 pounds, she couldn't make it 2 rounds. I bent over like she was last night. She was the opposite of tight. The 115 flew faster than her.
Want to know another thing? I know this might be a little bit off topic. Not talking about, he a grown man, so I can say it, bro. This nigga, bro, the nigga meat might not even work, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I fight niggas on steroids. I don't know if it's proven or not. It might be a myth, but you know, he probably be struggling to get up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, seems like a normal, well-adjusted fella to me. You'd think surely nobody actually watches this shit, right? Like, it has to be contained to some weird fringe subgroup of gym cells. Nope, 164,000 likes. The irreparable damage Shizzy has done to the fitness industry truly needs to be studied.
Scary 1,000-pound front squat set.
Just a regular healthy 07 kid. So we first see Eric and Gentile meeting up way before he made his insane transformation and before he even started bulking for the first time. This video right here is from August 2024. As expected, they met up at a young LA gym, as you can see in the background. They seemingly didn't collab again until right around Eric made his suspicious transformation. But ever since that transformation, it's as if every other reel this guy posts includes Eric in some way, shape, or form. They've gotten very chummy with each other. So right as Eric makes a highly suspicious transformation, he starts hanging out with a teenager that very obviously abuses PEDs. It's not very difficult to see what most likely happened here.
Watch the bulk get us massive. Make sure to eat.
Just why? Why would you want to look like this? I understand Eric is bulking with the intention to cut, but this guy Gentile has looked like this for years. Just grotesque. And that steroid moon face is not doing Eric any favors. Even though he's a handsome young man, all that water weight and redness has him looking like... Okay, I'm not gonna say that. That's mean. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Looking like John Pork.
The bulk is real. He went from, hello, my name is Eric English, to, I'm Eric. Give me another burger.
190 to 240. Holy shit, bro.
He added over 100 pounds to his bench in just 4 months, all because of the bulk.
POV, you showed your boy how to bulk. This being obvious code for you showed your boy how to run a cycle. Okay, this is this guy's entire thing. Gentile's entire brand is just rage baiting everybody by consistently claiming he's natural to farm engagement. And this is just another instance of that, passing off Eric's obvious PED use as quote unquote just a bulk. Take a look at this comment I found in a Reddit thread about Gentile lifts. I couldn't directly verify these claims myself, so do take them with a pinch of salt. But nonetheless, I figured they were worth mentioning. This commenter basically basically wrote that Gentile got exposed with some other guys, including Logan Dishman, for being in a quote-unquote "we are kids and take PEDs" group. He then also claims that there was early footage of Gentile in 2023 that was leaked where he said that he had been on a cycle for a while and that he was gonna claim Natty for jokes and sponsors. I gotta say, it does all sound very in character for these two meatheads. These are the influences in Eric's life. This is why I say that it should have come to no surprise to anyone that was paying attention that Eric would eventually hop on PEDs. This is what Young LA is promoting. Okay, it should speak to how cooked this industry is, that we can't even expect the bare minimum level of responsibility from one of the largest brands in the space. You know, it's not like we're asking them to build schools in Africa or send humanitarian aid to war zones. Just maybe don't enable steroid use amongst minors. You know, maybe don't sponsor and promote 17-year-olds that take steroids, lie about it, and then get hospitalized due to them. Maybe don't introduce impressionable 14-year-olds to a climate riddled with PED use. Corrupting the youth just to sell a couple of extra t-shirts. It's truly an interesting business model, I gotta say. But hey, Batman merch, right everyone? I get to feel like Bruce Wayne on my Demon Winter arc, fueled by weird cuck fantasies. And to be truthful, as much as I like to point a finger at Young LA, they are simply a symptom of a much broader problem. The reason why they enable this stuff is because there's no downside for them in doing so. Because teenage PED use as a whole has just become way too normalized in this industry. It's why Larry Wheels asks a 14-year-old if he has any plans of hopping on steroids in the future, as if that's a normal thing to do, and why he receives almost no backlash for doing so.
I did become enhanced at 17. Is that something that you're willing to do in the future?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Whatever it takes?
Do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. That's the mindset I had.
That's the mindset.
That's not the mindset you should pass down, though, bro. Who cares? That's the mindset you had, bro. Oh my God, man. We like, and the only problem is they're kids. Guy was 13, 14, 15 years old. Now he's on steroids at 15, bro.
That I had.
Stop.
Larry Wheels is so dumb, bro. Like, I genuinely think he's like a good, well-meaning guy, but he just doesn't think stuff through. I just find this particular case to be exceptionally unfortunate because he truly didn't have to hop on PEDs. There's a reason why Eric managed to grow his following to over 1.5 million followers without ever touching a needle. The kid was genuinely unique in that he started lifting and documenting his journey at such a young age, and that you could see him not only grow up but develop himself as a natural lifter from scratch. But now he's just become another fake natty. This is a great comment right here. What would little you think about you hopping on steroids? And Eric replies with, "Speaking out of ignorance." This guy comments a needle emoji. Eric replies with, "Insecurity." So much potential. Yet in the end, he just became another gaslighting fake natty to add to the pile. Since I know you'll be watching this video, Eric, because you liked my Instagram story announcing it, let me give you some brotherly advice. The friends you surround yourself with can make or break you. Okay, surround yourself with good influences. You've got great genetics and obviously a great work ethic, so you truly can do great things without touching PEDs. And realize that whether you like it or not, with the insane size following you have, you've now got a responsibility to be a good example for all the other young kids that follow you and look up to you. Keep that in mind. Anywho, that was it for today's video.
Hey, man. Shout out to y'all see his name. Can't pronounce it. My bad. Hey. Great video. My thing is, before we end this video off, I got a couple things to say. It's like, when you're on PEDs and on steroids and shit like that, like, most people, like, when you get on it, do you get off it? Like, imagine you getting fucking huge off of steroids, right? Once you get off it, you lose that muscle mass. I don't see a lot of niggas getting off it, bro, unless that shit about to kill them or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be an ego thing. You might have to drop the ego, but bro, this is sad, bro. Minors should not be touching anything that can affect them long term, especially at a young age that they're vulnerable into falling into the trap of doing these things from older people, bad influences. Hopefully his parents can talk to him and, you know, maybe change his perspective and get him off that shit, man. But this is wild, bro. Wild. All right, man. Lay up, boys.